In this graph, we continue our treatment of price floors that we began in graph 18.6, where we showed that the imposition of a price floor above the equilibrium price leads to a disequilibrium surplus. We now ask how a new equilibrium might be established given this disequilibrium surplus. We begin with our usual market demand and supply graph, where the equilibrium price P star and the equilibrium quantity X star are established in the absence of any interference with the price mechanism. A price floor PF is then established above the equilibrium price, implying that any price charged below PF becomes illegal. If firms believe that they can sell their goods at the price floor PF, they'll produce a quantity XF. But since consumers are not interested in buying that much at the price PF, producers will have to figure out a way to attract consumers. They'll expend effort that is costly, and that will push up their marginal and average costs, and this in turn will shift the supply curve inward. This will continue until demand is once again equal to supply, and since consumers are only willing to buy the smaller quantity at the intersection of the demand curve with the price floor PF, the supply curve will shift all the way to that point. This implies that in a new equilibrium, only X prime will be produced, and producers will only receive the price P prime once we take into account the fact that they have to pay the effort costs that are represented by the distance between P prime and the price floor PF. A wedge is therefore introduced between the price that consumers pay, PF, and the price that producers actually receive, P prime, given that the difference between those two represents additional costs that producers incur as they compete for consumers. The green arrow then represents the additional marginal cost that producers incur from the fact that they have to compete for consumers, given that at the price floor there is a disequilibrium surplus that will emerge in the absence of such competition.